Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world or whatever time you'll be watching this video. Now, guys, this story is about Toronto's most notorious landlord who has finally been sentenced. Now, in the heart of Toronto, on a quiet stretch of Dawes Road, stands a building that has become a symbol of something far bigger than cracked walls and broken ceilings. A symbol of neglect, a symbol of frustration, and now a symbol of accountability. Because after years of complaints, violations, and warnings, justice, at least in part, has finally arrived. The address is 500 Dawes Road in East York. For years, tenants have described living conditions that many would find unthinkable. Crumbling ceilings, unsafe balconies, chronic pest infestations, long-standing maintenance failures, thousands of complaints piled up over time. This wasn't just a bad building. It became one of Toronto's most notorious rental properties, a place where problems didn't just exist, they persisted for decades. Tenants pushed back, advocacy groups got involved, and eventually the city stepped in. On May 26, 2026, the owner of this troubled complex, Carolyn Krebs, was sentenced in court. But here's a twist. The conviction wasn't for 500 Dawes itself. It was for another property she owned nearby, 608 Dawes Road. And the charges? Violations under Ontario's Fire Protection and Prevention Act. Authorities say the building failed to comply with critical fire safety requirements. The result? 15 days in custody, $120,000 fine, additional 25% victim surcharge. A rare moment where a landlord didn't just face fines, but jail time. This wasn't just about one building or even two. This case sends a clear message. Fire safety isn't optional. It's the law. Toronto Fire Services emphasized that these standards exist to protect tenants, reduce risk, ensure buildings are safe in emergencies. And when landlords ignore those responsibilities, there are consequences. Now, the story doesn't stop there, because the owner of 500 Dawes had already been in legal trouble. Just recently, she was fined $200,000 for failing to comply with property standards orders. This case involved over 40 violations and issues dated back years, even decades. So this wasn't a one-time oversight. It was a pattern, and for tenants, a daily reality. Eventually, the city of Toronto had seen enough. Using a tool called remedial action, officials stepped in to hire contractors, fix urgent issues, and bill the landlord afterward. Now, this included pest control, electrical repairs, garbage cleanup, structural safety work. In other words, the city did what the landlord wouldn't. Toronto's Mayor Olivia Chow didn't mince her words. Quote, "I will not tolerate slum landlords in our city," unquote. She made it clear that 500 Dawes is a test case. Enforcement is being strengthened, and neglect will no longer be ignored. Her message wasn't just for one landlord, it was for all of them. Now, online reaction has been intense. Some people say the punishment doesn't go far enough. One person says, 15 days is not enough, needs at least a year. Others see it as a turning point, where one person is saying this is a massive precedence, a huge victory. And many agree on one thing: accountability is long overdue. This case highlights a deeper problem across major cities: aging rental buildings, weak enforcement historically, landlords delaying repairs, tenants left with unsafe living conditions. In Toronto's tight housing market, many tenants don't have the luxury of moving, which makes enforcement not just important, but essential. Now, all eyes are on what comes next. Will fines increase? Will more landlords face jail time? Will cities across Canada follow Toronto's lead? Because $500 may be just the beginning. For years, tenants felt unheard, ignored, trapped. But now, something has changed. A landlord has been fined, charged, and jailed. And that sends a message louder than any complaint ever could. Neglect has consequences. Now, this case represents a rare escalation which resulted in jail time for the landlord. It also signals a policy shift toward aggressive enforcement, and it may set a legal precedent for future cases. But, some critics argue penalties may still be too lenient. Now, what do you guys think? Is this justice or just the beginning? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. And do you think the sentence or the charges were too meager? Should she have been charged more, or should the penalties have been more severe? Let me know in the comment section. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like these. Thank you, and catch you on the next one.